I feel like a perfect blueberry muffin should be tall. I want you to like want to pull it off in like one piece and like swipe the underside with salted butter. To me, that is the most perfect bite of muffin, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. Hi, I'm Deb, and welcome to the Smitten Kitchen. I have been food blogging on the internet for 15 years. I'm definitely a grandmother in food blogging years, but I have not done YouTube video before, so welcome. This is my face. I wanted to start today with the very most perfect blueberry muffins. This is one of my favorite recipes I've ever made. It should be something you can wake up on a Saturday morning, take out one bowl, and have these in the oven in 10 minutes. So we're gonna use regular flour, regular granulated sugar. We're gonna use some coarse sugar if you have it, baking powder, baking soda. This is some fine sea salt, a lemon, an egg, some butter, sour cream, and a lot of blueberries. We're gonna start by melting the butter. We're gonna use about 5 tablespoons. We're gonna eyeball it. And I have found that by starting with melted butter rather than having to cream butter, it goes a lot faster and there's no compromise in the final muffin. So I'm all for things that allow me to start it much faster. This is just like kind of halfway melted and it'll be fine because from here I can easily whisk it by hand. We're gonna use the finely grated zest of half a lemon, but you can just eyeball it because it's Saturday morning and you're tired and you don't wanna think that hard about it. I will never ask you to measure lemon zest in spoonfuls. I think that's just crazy. I really like using lemon zest in these muffins instead of lemon juice because you get so much flavor from the lemon zest. You don't need the juice to perfume the muffin. We are going to add some sugar. Do this all in one bowl to make it nice and easy. We are going to add either sour cream or plain yogurt. I happen to have sour cream, we're using sour cream. If we have plain yogurt, we'll use plain yogurt. Whatever you have in the fridge is the goal here. I'm gonna whisk it all together. Once it's all whisked smooth, we're gonna add 1 egg. A lot of bakers will tell you that all your ingredients need to be at room temperature, but I test mine with the way my ingredients come because I don't like to plan ahead. The goal of these muffins is that you're not gonna have to plan ahead to make them. There's no softening butter, you don't need to warm up any ingredients. You can just wake up, get out a bowl, get out these ingredients you already have around, and make them. I'm using fine sea salt. I don't need to use as much, but if you're using a more coarse salt, you could use double. Baking soda, right over the batter. So sort of evenly, but not really. Add a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. Same thing, and tap it evenly over the batter to kind of get it started distributing. And then I throw it on the floor. I did that on purpose. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this like 10 more times around the bowl, and this ensures that you're not gonna have any pockets of unmixed baking powder or baking soda. I'm all about making things in one bowl. And let me see. Yes, I don't have this memorized. You think I would after the number of times I've made it. Is that sugar? Should I not have everything in white matching jars in a kitchen? It's almost like I didn't read my own labels. And we are gonna use 1.5 cups of flour. Do I put the blueberries in first? No, I put them in last. We'll find out. Leave a comment if I did this in the wrong order. So it's gonna be really thick and it will seem too thick. It almost is gonna look like a cookie dough, and I really wanna show it to you because I feel like you're gonna look at it when you make it and think that I led you astray, and I didn't. We are going to add an avalanche of blueberries. Going in. It is almost as much blueberries as batter, right? And that's it. We just made blueberry muffins. So I actually keep a thermometer inside the oven, and it is actually at 375, but I find that I often have to adjust the temperature. This recipe will be forgiving if you bake it a couple degrees too high or a couple degrees too low. One odd thing about this recipe is that it makes 9 muffins, not a dozen. If you're serving a crowd, you can just double them and make 18. But in general, I have not met anyone for whom 9 muffins did not get them through a Saturday morning. All right, so I'm gonna fill these up really tall. Oh, okay, let's try a smaller spoonful. It's really fun how much you can fill them. I'm gonna try to go to the top. I'll start with like a sort of underfill once I've got it eyeballed, and then I'll add a little bit more to each one. I wasn't kidding, right? These are super, super full and they look like they're gonna overflow everywhere, but they don't because it's so thick. Before I forget, I'm gonna put a little bit of water in each just to make sure you don't burn the empty cups. I think what makes these muffins moist is that there's just an insane amount of blueberries in them. And as they bake, they kind of leak and, you know, put juices in the muffin, and it's perfect. It's everything you want in a blueberry muffin. The last thing I do is I put a teaspoon or most of a teaspoon of this coarse raw sugar on top of each one. And I know that people are gonna balk at that. They're gonna say it's gonna be too sweet, but it provides a crunch that to me is the best part of this, and I don't want you to skip it. So if you are gonna skip anything, you wanted to take a tablespoon of sugar out of the muffin, you can. Although I'd like you to make it first with all of the sugar so I can show you that it doesn't have too much sugar in it. I really don't like my breakfast baked goods too sweet. As much of a teaspoon as you feel like you can fit on, but don't be skimpy with it. They go into the oven. They're gonna bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it. So I have some emerging artists that I work with. You probably haven't heard of them yet. This is a strawberry, which is my daughter's current favorite fruit. The strawberry is just so lovely, but it looked a little bit like a carrot. So my husband came in with a green marker and he put the top on. Don't tell her, don't tell her. All right, so it's been 25 minutes and I actually switched it to the top rack just in the last 2 minutes because I get a little bit better color there. Check the center. Now, obviously, when you're checking a muffin that's full of blueberries, you will probably get some blueberry juices, but yes, these are definitely done. Can I show you? Juice spilling out everywhere. I love all the colors the blueberries turn when you bake them. I love seeing these like rivers of blueberry juices, like a blueberry muffin cookie. All right, so let me just see if I can knock this guy off. Oh, it's so warm from the oven. Look at this inside. It's just absolutely riddled with blueberries. And then underneath, you have this really nice piece. And then just a little bit of flaky salt. This piece is mine, you can't have it. I'm gonna, Sorry. I'm like, sorry, these are really good. I know why I'm supposed to be humble about it. These are amazing. You should make these. You guys wanna try one? There is so much fruit in here. Like it is like a muffin barely tethered together by blueberries. You like it that much?
This much.
What? I'll teach you how to make them. But you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So those are the perfect blueberry muffins on SmittenKitchen.com, and the recipe is also in my second cookbook, Smitten Kitchen Every Day. Like and subscribe so you can see more. Let me know if you have any favorites. I want to hear what your favorites are. Leave a comment, and hopefully we'll see you again next week.